Second semi-final of the day. The bottom right-hand side, our pink Protoss player is Zest. Top right-hand side, sorry. And the bottom left-hand side, our blue Zerg, soO. Guys, if you live in the stream, if you're enjoying your time here today, please hit that follow button. See when we go live with more StarCraft 2 action in the future. More StarCraft, more action is what we're going to be casting. We'll be live every day until Friday. On Friday, I'm flying to the Netherlands to go and attend the Fermi Cup, so I'll be gone for that. But fear not, I'll be back soon after on the Monday for more StarCraft yet again. So yes, please do hit that follow button, see when we're casting again. If you're really enjoying the stream, I know we've got 1,000+ people in here. I'm sure someone out in that chat has a Twitch Prime subscription that is just waiting to be used. If you love the stream, a Twitch Prime sub goes so far to helping us continue producing this content for you guys, creating content on a regular daily basis, help me fund these prize pools and so much. So if you've got a Twitch Prime sub to use, please consider it. Or if you just want to sub and support in general, it does go a long way, so please do check that out. As we see the spawn pool dropping down in the main base, getting this set to go, hatch, gas and pool opening to start off our ZVP. soO versus Zest, best of 5. Did I change the stream title? I did not. I really thought I had. Zest versus soO. There we go. Alright, so best of 5 once again here. We've got a best of 5 finals after this as well. So 2 best of 5s remaining today. As we do see 2 hatches coming down. soO taking those bases nice and quickly. Of course, Gumiho waits in the finals. Tell you what, Gumiho versus soO was a hell of a rivalry for a while. And obviously, Gumiho, one of the players that denied soO a GSL championship. It would be cool to see that as a finals. But Zest has been playing some pretty awesome PvT lately, so we'd love to see what happens there. I think either of our finals today are going to be a real treat, whatever we end up casting. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to them. Of course, first we've got this hell of a sick ZVP series between Zest and soO. I mean, you can't really ask for much more than this, right? Like, it really is a hell of a matchup. We actually saw this series during the group stages, and it was a pretty awesome little best of 3. So really excited to see more of it once again now, as we get this ready to go in the next few moments. Kicking this off and seeing what's going to be happening in the next little while, as we do see a probe here from Zest going to be heading back home, replaced by the Adept to pick up information on the bottom left-hand side of the map to see what's going on and stuff like that. Shades down to the third, or cancels its shade in the main base, because down on the third base. Again, just looking for some information at the moment. Nothing too crazy. Dark Shrine will start up with the Robo facility as part of this wall-off here, so going to be seeing Zest with that typical Dark Temple into Archon drop. Is the sort of style that Zest will absolutely love to use. So not really too surprising here at all. As you see, there's a Adept going to shade back behind the Stalker, and there is the Robo about to complete. Going to get that Chrono boost on the Warp Prism, so Warp Prism coming out pretty swiftly here as we see a bunch of drones continuing along. Just getting these up and rolling. Another Queen going to finish up very soon over on the third base as well. Lair will start on the main, so getting that set up to go. And this Dark Shrine from Zest. Just continuing along here at the moment. A couple of Lings just poised, positioned from soO just outside of the natural. We do see this Warp Prism going to be starting to head down to the bottom left-hand side of the map. So, Warp Prism heading down to the bottom left-hand side. Rotoron coming up here from soO as well in the back of the natural. A couple of extractors will drop down. Getting set up and ready to go into this. As again, that lair just over halfway done now. The Warp Prism into the main, and looks like he's going to warp in the DTs. Oh, I kind of like it. 2 DTs on the low ground, 2 on the high ground. Zest has been doing this lately where he kind of splits up his Dark Temple, so he applies pressure in all 3 bases. And they actually can be pretty effective by obviously kind of coming in, one direction over here, one down here. But it's been a pretty good defense from soO. Actually gets units all over the place to defend. Only 1 DT lost at least from Zest, so that's replaceable. Was there a second Prism? It is indeed, so he's going to do this again. Now we saw this kind of recently from Zest as well. Was it against soO also? I was in this group because this was the most recent time that I casted Zest, so Kind of feels like Zest is just doing this again, where he sets up with those Archons, brings them back towards the shield batteries here, and then he can just continue to heal them up and kind of retake fights. I feel like this was against soO as well, on this exact map. Obviously because this is near the main base, and so he obviously wants to fight in the main and pull back here and heal up and then come back in again. Feelings across the map are going to force the cancel already, as we are going to be seeing a few of these Zerglings running forwards. And, well, first Warp Prism taking quite a bit of damage. That'll pull back, and we'll start to use some of the healing on the shield battery just a little bit. Queens are now starting to drop, so it's a lot safer for these Warp Prisms to hang around. Because these Archons having a pretty good time against the first few Roaches, and again, this is going to be the power of it. You pull back, you drop the Archons down, they get healed up, and boom, they're going to be straight back into the fight. Obviously, here gets killed off as well. Maybe gives you some opportunity to use the DTs again. Although in the main base, there's a Spore set up on each of the mineral lines. There's a Spore as well. It's not going to be too crazy. Do you see those Roaches gathering together? Another Spore Crawler up in the top corner of the main base. Those Archons starting to finish up, jumping into the Warp Prism here. Zergling's still outside the front as well. Another DT going to be warped in. Zest will come down. We're actually going to be seeing the Ling's able to grab a probe. We already did cancel the third base once here, soO, so that was nicely done as these Archons drop down. Poor Archons deal so much damage to these Roaches, especially if they're a little bit stacked up. And while he only kills one, he has damaged a few others quite nicely. Drops off again. Sorry, just had to mute up and cough for a moment. But yeah, I mean, Archons get healed up again. The Spire dropping down now from soO in the natural expansion. I'm just going to see those Archons coming through. Roche getting picked off a Queen as well. Roche also going to go down, and just going to be seeing this Queen continue to fire away on the Warp Prisms, able to help push this away out through the top side. So Warp Prism is going to loop around, maybe head back into the main base in the next few moments. A couple of Immortals on the way up. Gateways as well being added into play. Spire, +1 missile attack. All of this on the way up as well. Overlord being added into as we see the Overseer gonna hop into the main base. I mean, the Warp Prism's gonna get recalled back home. Zest is obviously kind of done with this aggression for now. Seems to just want to kind of sit back at home and kind of go from there. As we are going to be seeing these Roaches able to pick their way through shield batteries and this pylon. So this is all going to get cleaned up, but here comes Zest with the next push across the map. And this is a bunch of Immortals mixed in with their sentries as well. So this is a very aggressive follow-up now. soO is making Mutalisks as well. We talked about that Spire, but that really exposes soO because it means he's making Mutas, which are not great in a straight-up fight at the moment. He's making Mutas at a time when this attack is about to hit, right? So kind of worst possible timing. I don't know what you do for the best. Do you just go across the map and counter? Or do you just somehow try and... I mean, snipe down the Warp Prism could be a cool little play. The Warp Prism is pretty low, and the Mutas will be able to find it if they want it. So Warp Prism will go down. As the initial push in from Zest is actually picking away at a lot of Overlords. I mean, supply block heaven here, potentially, as soO does lose a few of those, and it is supply blocks. Roaches and Ravagers going to start coming in from the right-hand side. Mutas here diving onto this. There's a couple of Archons that are just not fighting this at all, which is making this a little bit messier than it maybe should be. As the last couple of Mutalisks go down, the Warp Prism number 2, of course, he had 2 all game long. It means that this one can micro around against those corrosive valves, and it looks as though Zest will have the numbers. Again, those Mutas just don't really find enough value. It means 1,200 minerals and 1,200 gas to do what? Pick off the first 2 Warp Prisms? It just doesn't do enough overall, and that's the real problem here, is this Warp Prism. A little afraid probably to siege up and to warp in until the Ravagers have been killed off. Once the Ravagers are down, there's no corrosive valve here, and so you can do that much more safely. GG's, and Zest picks up at game number 1 in this best of 5. And Zest is going to go, as we have got to the top left-hand side. Down a map, our blue... look, nope, that's the complete wrong way around. On the top left-hand side, upper map, our pink Protoss player is going to be Zest. Bottom right-hand side, our blue Zerg player is soO. As we set up into game number 2 of this best of 5 series. all this coughing has worn my body out at this point. It's crazy. It's crazy what a cold can do to you, isn't it? Alas, we battle on for the good of StarCraft. Prop here from Zest, coming down to the bottom right-hand side. Do the workers look slower? They do kind of look slow, don't they? Hang on. I had the game speed set wrong. Sorry, guys. My bad. We fixed it. We fixed it. As we kick this off, Montian coming in with the 10 gifted subs. Well, just at the start of the game. Let's do some gifted sub hype in the chat. Can we get some love in the chat for Montian, please, guys? Gifted out a sub to YMH. Actually, let me get my dashboard up because then I can see if anyone got hit by a 2-month or so. YMH11275278. Welcome Shad to the Wardy family. Zeko Ort. Japanoi 14 for the 1 month as well. Johnny Blaze 87. Welcome to the Wardy family. Cascade Starline for 1 month too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonix TV also hello. Welcome also to Indomitable 97. Sibon 2 and Manuel 26 Madinina. Thank you so much, Montian, for the gifted subs out in the chat. Can we get some hype in the chat, please? We also have Bruce on the Matcherino page. He's already added $25 to the Matcherino earlier. He has added $24 more to hit our $600 goal. Says, fine, you convinced me. There's some hype in the chat for Bruce, who has filled up the full target on the Matcherino page alongside Montian with the sub bomb. What a beautiful couple of moments on the stream. Some hype in the chat for Montian and for Bruce, who is here lurking around as well. Thank you so much for the support, both for myself on the subs and for the tournament on the Matcherino. Thank you so much, guys. Hype, hype, hype. Alright, well, I'm going to probably talk about you guys again after this game. But for now, let's talk a little bit about what is going on, because it is a different opening here from Zest, as we do see the Stargate dropping down in this main base. So it is going to be an Oracle on the way up initially. So getting that Oracle up and running is going to allow for Zest to obviously get a lot of map control, get a lot of kind of, get a lot of just kind of being strong and stable in the early game, really set himself up into a nice position to begin with here as that link speed halfway done from soO. A couple of Zerglings going to be running up on the right hand side of the map, so running up here and moving to see what's going to be going on. So a couple of links up to the top. We're going to be seeing this Overlord being poked away at by the Stalker. Overlord is going to go down. We're going to see the link speed finishing up, and again a couple more spores dropping in. 8 drones on the way up, and that robo facility dropping down on the natural. A couple of links coming up on the third base, and the Oracle again here from Zest just moving around a little bit. Trial and Robo going to be coming up then from Zest. So a pretty traditional follow-up from the Stargate. Just a couple of Oracles to apply some pressure. And they are going to be coming in. First Queen taking some damage. Oracle pretty low. Queen is going to get picked off in the lair. On the way up from soO as well. You can see the Temple Archives also dropping down here from Zest in the main. So again, that Temple Archives up and running. Pylon will drop down over to the right side. And we do see the Road Drone coming up on the back of the natural. The 2 Oracles going to be flying around as well. Still looking for some more pressure. So Zest into that Archon drop follow-up here now on King's Cove. So again, that's set up and rolling. See a couple of drones being picked away at. Spore still dealing some extra damage here as well. So, I mean, the Oracle's staying alive, and that's the most important part of this. Even if it's just 1 drone kill, Oracle's being alive is obviously really great. And really awesome in general. As you do see that Side Storm being chrono boosted still, so Zest still setting this up. Those Zerglings up to the top side, and again, Zeld, Adept, and the Stalker here from Zest all getting ready to go on that third base. Size Storm kill still coming along. Hydra's Den dropping down too. And we are just going to be seeing that Overseer continue to come around towards the upper left-hand side of things. There's the Roach speed just going to be coming through. A few drones on the way up. Oh, caught in a stasis here, sorry. On the natural expansion. That's just going to be a Zest slowing soO down a little bit further once again. It's actually just going to go for the Storm drops then, not the Archon drop. Straight up just wants to drop High Templars and throw Storms down. That'll be pretty sick, as we do see this Warp Prism coming along here, and those Roaches of soO pulling back up to the top left-hand side. Overseer being fired on by a Stalker, so Zest dealing some damage to that Overseer right there as the Storms come down. Very nicely done, actually. Dropping some Storms on towards those drones. Doing a great job of that, as we're seeing these High Templar being picked up back into the Warp Prism. I feel like there might be one Storm left. Oh my god, this Warp Prism's super low though. Probably has to kind of scale away on the bottom side. That Queen's going to get in range. It's going to not go down. Wow, I really thought it was. Meantime, Roaches across the map are going to come in. That Warp Prism still has to drop High Templars off and morph them to Archons if they want to be super useful here. Drops a Storm as the units run up the ramp, but it's not a lot of damage really considering the health of those Roaches. Pros will be pulled into this, so this will be soO doing quite a bit of damage. And Zest being slowed down quite a lot right now as the High Templar lifting back up into this. Nice network from soO as well, so he's going to start applying some further pressure here. Getting this set up, getting this ready to go. So that Knight is coming up, charge about to complete. There's a couple more mortals on the way out from Zest. I mean, the Knight is going to be a big play to try and put soO around the map. Obviously wants to play very aggressively off of what is 73 drones, so it's a very good drone count. But it is just going to be Roach Hydra, right? There's no attacking up in towards a Lurkerton. There's no movement towards a Hive. 7 Dropper Lords as well, so this is going to be soO attacking in multiple ways. This is something very similar to what Scarlet was doing back in WESG, for example. She was playing very aggressively with her own... Overlords and Nidus networks at the same time. She was doing it on Automaton a lot. This is a bit of a more compacted map when it comes to the free bases, so I'm intrigued to see how soO uses it to really be aggressive here, how he uses it to try and break Zest down. Again, just a little bit of army coming over to the left-hand side. 14 Roaches, 15 Roaches on the way up, a Hydralisk as well. A couple of Oracles up the right. We are going to be seeing those Dropper Lords. Going to be sitting above the Roaches and the Hydras. These units going to load up, and soO is ready to move into the natural here, perhaps, in the next couple of moments. So here we go. soO if this drop in the next moment or so. Full Immortals are obviously going to be dropped onto, but there's a few units warping in already. There's that Overseer setting up the Nidus. I mean, the units are going to be in the main base now anyway, so I wonder if he wants the Nidus in the main, and he will. Stasis here, but if only one unit drops out, it doesn't make much of a difference. The Nidus is seen. And units of Zest are on the way to deal with this, but it looks like soO will be able to finish this up in time. So the units are going to start pouring out. Gets a few Roaches out, but the Nidus will fall. Gonna jump on that Immortal right away. Otherwise, the shields fade. Maybe the Roaches can target it once again. Now these units are still not doing anything. Overlord with some units inside goes down as well. soO just decided not to drop. Just doesn't quite know what the best way to go about this is at the moment, as we are going to be seeing. And the Zealots doing a pretty good job of cleaning up these Roaches. The Immortal staying alive as well. Just able to survive this here. As again, these Overlords coming around in the center. Still looking for opportunities. I like this one Overlord that'll peel away. It's empty. Could be a nice little fake out. Maybe to fly into the base and kind of pull a couple of units to the side. Or he's just going to send it up somewhere to kind of watch for units moving or Warp Prism moving on the map. Maybe use it later for a drop as well, just having that up to the top side. Positioning that already. Here we go, dropping back in. This time he actually will drop down. Zealot's already taking quite a lot of damage, but 2 Immortals here. And Storm's dropping as well. These Overlords are going to load up the majority of these units and just get out of there. I mean, few units lost, and I'll tell you what, the Void Ray will get a kill. That's nice. Those are units which are just dropping down inside those Overlords. Can't get out fast enough. There's 2 Overlords with units inside that have been killed off. So, in general, a very good defense here by Zest. Putting himself into a very good position so far. 6 more Lurkers on the way out. There's the Hive coming in as well. That's going to be finished soon, so soO will have access to this hive-based tech. Roach is going to start moving over to the left-hand side. Obviously, the lurkers make a big difference here as well, and it makes it very difficult for Zest to attack in. But will Zest want to attack in? Probably not. Setting up into carriers sort of says that Zest is happy to sort of sit back and kind of just chill out for a little while now. So as carriers continue to produce heroes with UC. You can see he's building kind of a... Again, kind of feel like a very kind of mid-game army still, right? Even with lurkers, I'd still regularly kind of say this army is very mid-game focused. And against carriers, you're not really going to do that well with a mid-game based army. Maybe if you hit when there's a very low carrier count, but soO is sitting back and not really attacking at all. So he kind of needs to find out what's going on, get some information. Speedy Overlord here is going to come through and try and find some of that right now, actually. Adaptive Talons on the way up from the Lurk Den. One of the big uses of the Hive Tech here, of course, to get those Lurkers' mobility increased. There's that mothership about to pop as well. Again, this real late game setup. Getting well established now, and soO maxed out, just sitting back at home, not doing anything. Oh god. Sorry. Coughing again. As we do see the carriers continuing up here at the moment, so getting those up and running. We see the roaches over here are actually going to be found by a void ray or so one roach going down. I just still feel like soO's a little bit in the dark. I mean, hasn't seen extra Stargates or anything, right? I guess he saw one extra Stargate build. This is a bit of info. He is getting that Spire up, so... Well, we'll see if it works out. He is going to start pushing forwards. He's got a couple of Infestors here as well, but in the time of attacking, he's up against 6 carriers already. And that's already a pretty serious number. As the first lurker in the front goes down. This army of Zest attacking down through the center. Hydras from soO running down the left-hand side of the map as well, and they're able to jump in, pick up a Zealot or so. And this army of Zest coming through, and a few of these Crypt Humans getting picked away at. So Zest is going to end up being the aggressor here. I mean, obviously now he's maxed out. He's got his carriers to the sort of number he wants to be at before attacking. He still has more carriers in production. I tell you what, he doesn't have much to defend at the fourth base at the moment, though. DT's in the main, very nearly grabbing the hive as well. They are just going to be deflectors. It's actually a recall on the main army. I think soO can't finish it off because he doesn't have detection. Oh, that's actually pretty sick. The mothership saves that Nexus. I was going to say, I think it's worth soO just sitting here, getting the final shot, then backing away. But yeah, the Nexus comes in with the recall on the mothership. It's cloaked up and you can't see it to kill it. Shadow Stride on the way up. So getting that DT Blink ready to play as well. I mean, at this point, Zest is just playing into any sort of late-game situation. DT Blink is quite nice to harass with. It's nice to see that coming along here. There's DT plus 2 shield weapons on the way, plus 2 shields, plus 2 air weapons, and plus 1 air armor, all on the way up in terms of upgrades from Zest. He's taking a forward 5th base too. Obviously, wants to just sit in the middle of the map here with this army. And just defend from this sort of position. And more from Zest come wandering down the left-hand side of the map. Great Aspire building up as well on the right-hand side. And again, army just pressing through from Zest. Going to be arriving at the front in the next few moments. Spores going to start going down. soO. What does soO have to defend? Does he have anything from the Spire yet? 6 Corruptors. Not really enough. Another counter-attack across the map here. Once they get this base, we'll be able to get it. Recall isn't available just yet. No energy. So the 4th base goes down. Again, no detection on this army. There's a couple of Hydras here. Will not really do much. Just fighting Interceptors. Not a lot to the game, really. Roaches will continue through up until the 3rd base. More DTs being warped in. These Roaches will get shut down. Now, as these roaches fall, soO will be able to rebuild into Corruptors. He has a lot of money in the bank. So now as soO trades off this Roach Force, which isn't really going to do a lot against what Zest has, he's going to be able to build up in towards more Corruptors, in towards a couple of Vipers, maybe more Infestors as well. Putting himself into a good position. That's pushing down the bottom right hand side. Spore Crawlers going to start going in on those Interceptors. A Fungal Growth will hit though. And there's a lot of Interceptors that are actually going down. Another Fungal Growth as well. A couple of Swarms placed down here too. A few Mortals coming in from the left hand side. And TTs from the right. And soO trying to continue to set up the defense here at the moment. A couple of Spore Crawlers getting picked off. Spores going down. DTs are going to get the main base. That Hive will fall. That's actually kind of painful. Not having access through to the Viper production any longer. Time Warp comes down as well, trying to slow some things down. I mean, soO just can't find an opportunity to attack. soO's rich, but I don't think he knows what to spend his money on. 8 more Infestors. That's a good start. 5 more Lurkers as well. He still has lava. He still has free supply. And does just mass Corruptors and come in here? There isn't a lot to really fight against the mass Corruptors. There's no Void Rays. There's only a few High Templar for Storms to really deal with Corruptors very easily at the moment. Zest continue to set up on the upper side and just waiting for the next little fight to take place. Spore Crawlers obviously will try and help soO to hold on. There we go. The few Lurkers that are burrow don't really do much, and Abduct on a few of the carries is nice and all, but isn't enough to really take advantage of those Corruptors. The Storms are hitting them pretty hard so far. And these carriers seem to be doing pretty well. The Corruptors will keep on falling. It looks like Zest will go up to a 2-0 lead in this best of 5. So soO is down by 2 here and now and go into that grand finals against Gumiho. As to the bottom left hand side, our pink Protoss player, this is Zest. Up against the blue Zerg in the top right from Chivo, we've got soO. Okay, so getting this set up, getting this ready to go. As we look to see what's going to be happening in the next little while. Hatch, gas, and pool getting set up to start here. And we are just going to be seeing the gateway drop down as well. And there's Zest, so next is coming in. Only a few moments, getting this ready to go. Bags in the chat, believing in the reverse sweep, wanting to see soO go and take this in a 5-game series. Let's go. soO says break the ice 2-2-2 as well. So soO getting some love and some hype at the moment. See if he can bounce back in this. soO just setting up as he set up before. The free hatch is coming up nice and early on. Here on New Repugnancy. Could be in for a pretty fun game actually. I mean, we talk about in terms of maps. Again, it's kind of sometimes hard to attack on this one. It's kind of hard to end it early sometimes. So we'll see what this turns into. As we do set this up. Would like soO to lose outside of the finals. Kappa. Well, that curse is broken now. There's never really a curse in online tournaments anyways. Gold still just sat up on the high ground. Rotron dropping down here from soO. So I do wonder what he wants to do with this. I mean, this is very aggressive actually, and Zest with a Twilight Council. isn't really set up amazingly well to deal with a Roach attack. It looks like it's going to be a DT opening. The problem is, DTs are very good at dealing with these attacks because there's no mobile detection, but they're not up in time to deal with them initially, so some damage can be done here maybe by soO. 5 Roaches will start up. And obviously the Link production to kind of continue on from this as well. And Dept is turned away without really being able to see anything, and the Dept heading home, meaning that Zest has just no way at all to scout this. So soO's aggression, going to go unscouted. It has some potential here. Now the wall off is up, but without a shield battery, it's still going to be pretty difficult to make this work. As the first couple of Roaches start to run across to the left-hand side of the map. soO likely to, at this point, just use the rest of his gas to morph in Ravagers, and then reinforce pretty much with the minerals, with Zerglings running across down to the bottom left-hand side again and again and again and again. As you see the Lings just sitting down the ramp. Roaches also moving across here. Gonna start moving up. Another Ravager morphing in. And here we go. Roaches, Lings, and a Ravager pressing forwards, and immediately going to be seeing the Stalker's going to go down. And actually, that's not going to be a wall off. So already, Zest in some trouble. The Ravager can break the force field as well, so he can continue through. There's 2 pylons. I mean, does he go for the pylons? Does he go for the probes? Pylons would be nice because actually the warp-in is just about to happen. If he can shut down gateways, he can stop the DTs coming into play. 2 DTs do begin to warp in. There is not really much of an answer to DTs. But that said, there's already so many probes lost here from Zest, and these DTs are not going to clean everything up in time, as we mentioned, especially because there's only 2 of them rather than the typical 4, because these 2 gates are unpowered. That's actually really sick, and honestly, if soO just kills all these probes, then the game kind of is over. Zest, 2 probes left, 1 probe left, and it is on the low ground. It's just going to be a GG. soO is going to take game number 3 of the series, and he's going to bring one. Kind of have to stream, otherwise it don't make money. If it don't make money, we can't pay the bills or run tournaments and all of those wonderful things. So yeah, that's what's kind of going on at the moment. As we do have the bottom right hand side, our blue Zerg player here in game number 4. This is soO. And to the top left-hand side, our pink Protoss player, we got Zest. So, setting up into this, getting ready to go. As you see, Zest is mining away with a probe or so on some gas. Nothing too crazy right away here. Early game, Port Alexander looking pretty typical for the moment. Do let us know who you're cheering for in this series as well, by the way. If you're cheering on soO, if you're cheering on Zest. Got a Cybercore going to drop down at the front as well. Just getting set up, just getting rolling. Again, a couple of structures at the front here, walling off the forward area, and just going to be having soO as well, setting up with a couple of drones moving around. One drone going to pull down to the low ground here. Going to start mining already. As you do just see the Nexus on the way up, getting this started. Looking to see what's going to happen. Again, soO still down in the series, of course, needs to win 2 more to win this series. Again, Gumiho waiting in the grand finals as well, guys. So if you're excited for the finals, it will be Gumiho versus either Zest or soO here, depending a little bit on what we what this result is. Queen going to chase down an initial Adept, and first Adept is actually going to get rid of his Zergling, but not much else. I mean, again, this first Adept is really just for scouting more so than anything else. Shade forwards again, once more, just trying to pick up a little bit of information here rather than anything else now. There's a robo facility dropping down. The Dark Shrine is coming into play as well. So moving in towards that Archon drop once again here, Zest. Just kind of going back to what worked for him in that first game. I mean, so far, I do feel like Zest is obviously being the stronger player. If the game kind of gets set up nicely and goes on a little bit. Obviously, soO only picking up the game win from the Roach all-in. But it's not going to be a Roach all-in this time. It's not going to be anything too crazy at all from soO. So this is Zest's chance to maybe get back into that kind of stronger spot. Single segment running around up to the top. Second segment as well going to join up too. Dark Shrine going to be finished up in a moment. And again, those gates continue to come on out. Lair starting up as well from soO now. Again, that going on the main base. And again, those Zerglings kind of splitting up to the top side. 9 more drones being built. Rotron going to come in on the right-hand side of the natural. So, getting that set up and ready to go as well. So, you can see are going to be getting rolling. And again, the lair just over halfway done at the moment. So, do you see this Overlord coming through the center? On the bottom side, a few TTs going to morph into a couple of Archons. They're going to be jumping into that War Prism pretty quickly here as the Forge. Setting up on the front as well, so getting that underway too. Archon's going to be able to pick off an Overlord actually. This is quite nice. It's very passive Archons in terms of not jumping into mineral lines, but that's 2 Overlord kills. So soO's going to get pretty heavily supply blocked from this already. So that's quite painful. As you see the Prism coming up to the top, Zergling's coming through and able to pick off an Adept. Cancels the third base already. Realizing it's not worth it. The Archons have come back home to defend these Lings. It's kind of nice to shut those down. It means the third base can come back up a bit more easily. And this attack from soO has bought him a lot of time to now set up into a bunch of Roaches. So a bunch of Roaches now on the way. Only 52 drones from soO. Making a few more Roaches than I thought he might need. He's actually continuing to build them. So maybe soO just getting ready for a very aggressive attack as that Roach speed finishes. Looking to just try and win this game in the next couple of minutes again. So soO still played a very aggressive style, and after the first 2 games didn't really work out in longer games, he's now going to try and play very aggressively. So setting up towards this, pushing this forward, seeing what will happen. As we do see those extra gateways coming in at the moment. Charge and +1 on the way out. More Roaches building here from soO. We do see those few Roaches of soO just heading over to the left side as well. So a little bit of movement around the place at the moment. These couple of Archons coming through and a Queen taking some damage. Roaches and Queens continue to move back up to the top side. Why is there a right screen on the square on the screen? Good question. That was the Maturino thing. I don't know why it's busted up. Don't know what's happened there, but something's broken it. There we go. It's fixed up now. Roaches coming up to the top side, are coming through the center of the map. Getting ready to push on forwards. A couple more Archons being brought into play. +1 attack and charge going to be done soon as well. And there's 10 more Roaches on the way up too. As you're going to see Archon lifting up. This entire army of soO still pressing forwards here. Actually going to be able to press on in. And he's just going to jump on this. So it's a lot of Roach Ravager. A couple of force fields initially. I don't really feel did that much for Zest as he pulls probes in as well. This is already good damage out of soO. There's more Roaches coming across the map. Obviously, the War Prism micro can keep these Immortals and Archons alive. soO now has to micro himself. Those Zealots with charge coming in. Wants to try and back away from those and minimize the damage he takes from them. Another Corrosive Bow, and he's pushing the Protoss player back up that ramp to the high ground. We're all going to see Roaches and Ravagers continue to hit this Nexus. Nexus taking a few more hits. It's getting lower and lower. A couple of DTs morphing into Archons here as well. Some Zealots warping in also. And we do have this army of soO pressing forwards. Roaches continue to pick their way through the Zealots. A couple of Immortals getting hit as well. Stalker 2. Lots of damage being done at the moment. I mean, these Archons though are being kept alive by the Warp Prism. Is it going to be enough? A couple of Immortals die simultaneously there, so suddenly this is getting a little bit worse very quickly. And Archon 2, another Immortal. So suddenly, the units from Zest just falling apart. The Warp Prism micro just wasn't quite good enough this time around. Now Zest is maybe in some trouble here as soO will continue to spam roaches across the map, pushing them over. Will take down the third base now. I mean, that's already good damage if he wants to run up from here, but I don't think he does. I think he wants to just continue going for this because, well, why on earth wouldn't he? Archon morphed in, he can corrosive bile that because it can't be microed while it's there. Oh, he gets pushed out of the way by a Zealot. It's kind of amusing, I guess, as you see, though. Still at the end, I mean, it's a couple of units that are not really going to be able to do enough. Nice force fields to block a couple of Ravages away, I guess. These Archons are getting super low, though, already, and there's no shield barriers to heal them up, so now they're kind of just out of action until their shields regenerate, which means that they can't really, I mean, that's a big part of the fighting force that's just not doing anything at all here. And soO is still knocking on the front door with corrosive biles and roach biles in general, and it looks as though soO has probably got this game 4 to take us to a 5th game in this best of 5 series. Really nicely done here, as we're going to be seeing soO's aggression completely changing it up in the way he's playing this out. Is absolutely working for him as the roaches and ravages picking their way through these zealots. These sentries will fall as well. Another Archon goes down. There's a sentry being chased. The roaches here still being able to pick their way through that immortal, although it will be microed away. So yes, there's just not enough at the end. And now finally soO's numbers are really racking up, and Zest knows it. Types out GG, and soO will take game 4 of Zest versus soO. Bottom right, we've got our Pink Pros player Zest. He was up 2-0 and now is on potential elimination. Lost 2 in a row himself. It all comes down to this as soO on a bit of a streak here. Blue Zerg on the top left here on Cyber Forest. As we get this underway, we get this rolling, we look to see what's going to be happening. As we do just see the probe popping up into the main base, seeing what's going on in these early stages, having a little bit of a look to see what indeed will happen. Drones just mining away as the extractor dropping down here from soO, so getting that going in the main base. Setting that up, getting that rolling. And you just see the couple of drones going to start hopping into that here in the next few moments, so yeah, nothing too crazy for Cyber Forest, our 5th and final map of the semi-finals. Again, the winner of this will play Gumiho in the grand final. That'll be another best of 5 coming your way after this series, so that is coming as well. Hope you guys are excited for it. Should be good. Spawn pool gets finished up. Early game here, just getting this going again. Reverse sweep definitely possible now. Someone called it after game number 2. May very well happen. We are well on the way. So we do see that robo facility from Zest dropping down here in the main base. So getting the robotics facility set up, getting that ready to go. So Overlord of soO just coming for a little bit of a scout into the main as well. So seeing what's happening here. Drone starts up on the natural. Third hatchery will drop down as well. Robot of Zest just patrolling away between the natural and the third base. There is a creep tumor from soO going to start pushing down this ramp, so we'll be pushing this down and again just starting to connect these bases up a little bit here. Robot facility finishing up now. Warp Prism will start up, so Corona boosting this Warp Prism out. No Twilight Council or anything though from Zest. Nothing like that at all. As you do see that link speed is just about halfway done. Again, the 2 Zerglings just nibbling their way through those rocks. Picking their way through this, getting this rolling. I mean, really nothing too crazy for the early game. Watching for what this Warp Prism can get done though. Sentry's just been walked in too. I mean, you taking the Sentry across the map? Not like you take the Stalker, but I guess it's not even been warped in, right? It's just building. So it's actually going to be nothing at all in this Warp Prism as it moves across initially. Speed finishing up. Again, this gateway dropping down too, so that's going to be done in a moment or so. A couple of Stalkers moving in towards the upper left hand side. Immortal on the way out as well, being chrono boosted. Lair will start up in the main base. And there's a couple of Stalkers just picking off that Zergling. Zergling goes down here. And Warp Prism just up to the top. Protron, Lair. All of this getting going too. A couple of Stalkers and an Immortal on the way out here from Zest. All those Zerglings still coming up, Overlord still being built. Stalker's just going to be unloading now as they press forwards into the forward position at the moment. Ling is going to surround for just a second. 3 gateways from Zest being brought up into play in the main base. Again, those rolling too. Just a couple of extra sentries will finish up. So all of these sentries from Zest finishing up at the moment here, actually. And that lair finishes. Just going to be seeing a few Stalkers on the bottom right hand side getting ready to roll as well. And Stalker's going to go for a Queen. A little bit of damage dealt. He's going to keep on running in. War Prism does end up escaping out over to the far right hand side. 2 Extractors dropping into the third base as well. Extra gates coming up. Again, just getting these finished up here as we see Zest with more and more units popping out. Another sentry warping in. Shield battery will drop down too. And it's going to be Zest moving across the map to be aggressive. From that early Warp Prism into Immortal production, it was kind of, you know, labeled to be an aggressive build from the start, right? So Zest looking to push across here. Another sentry, another couple of Zealots warping in now. Here we go. What does soO have to defend? Well, he did cut 49 drones, which is a good number. He's getting Spine Crawlers ready to defend as well. On the bottom side, a creep teamer is going to be picked away at here. We do see a sentry and 3 more Zealots warping in. Another force field towards the Roaches and the Ravagers there. A couple of Spines getting moved, and the Overseer coming in overhead. Overseer will get picked off. Let's pressing forwards here. Zest taking a fight against a good few Zerglings so far. I mean, the Lings actually are not really doing a lot, it feels like. Fighting a little bit of time, I guess, where the units are not fighting against the Immortals, against the Roaches and the Queens. Plus, we'll kind of be pushed back then. A couple more force fields to try and buy some time. Sentry's being saved in the Warp Prism. I think soO's made a hold. He's going to hold on. He's got more Lings on the way. Zest is already transitioning as mixes an Immortal in the recall. Bit of a mistake by Zest. He's actually going to leave that out in the middle. Okay, now he realizes that he's going to pull it back home. Probably will still make it home alive. While Twilight Council in the Forge, there's a transition through from Zest. No third base just yet, though. Still units being made by soO, who sent a couple of changes out, trying to figure out where that army of Zest has gotten to, but as he realizes it's not here anymore, he will start to just sort of fall back to droning. So soO going back into drones. Zest has kept soO at a pretty reasonable worker count. 48 drones to 45 probes at the moment, so it's playable from Zest. Yes, it's not brilliant. Yes, it wasn't the shutdown that he was really hoping for, but it is definitely still playable. As we are going to see this Warp Prism moving around. 8 Roaches on the way up. Roach speed over halfway done. Orbital facility being Chrono boosted out here. Has the +1 attack and the charge upgrade coming into play. Temple Archives again just continuing on in this main base. Coming up to be almost being about halfway done at the moment, so almost halfway done. You'll see a Zergling on the right hand side that's picked up as well. Yeah, just these couple of Immortals in the Warp Prism. Heading up to the top side of the map at the moment. So Zest still moving along here. He's been looking for some opportunities to harass with these couple of Immortals for a little while now. I'll tell you what, soO's making more Roaches, more Ravagers. Feels like soO wants to be going for that kind of aggressive attack all over again. So soO kind of putting his eggs in one basket here, where he's not going to have all that many drones and he's just going to push, but there's no +1 upgrade or anything. I guess Evo Chamber did just finish. Is he really going to put used to that as he's pushing across the map with his army already? So these Roaches and Ravagers coming down to the bottom right hand side. Some extra high Templar warping in alongside some Zealots. I don't know, I mean, you've got to push up a ramp here to really fight as well. Best position here from soO is down here, because then the Protoss kind of has to fight down to be able to defend a push up into the natural or so. So Roach Ravager is going to back away as soO just makes some more Overlords. He starts +1 missiles, but he's still only making Roaches, so he's still not building more drones, and that's, I think, the really concerning part. Is he's just letting Zest build up more units to defend Roach Ravager, and I mean, Archons and Immortals in higher numbers generally do better than Roaches and Ravagers do as they get into higher numbers. Loco for the 26 moves on the tier 3 resub. Did you forget to undo your tier 3 after the direct after the mono battles game? Dude? Yeah, you see these roaches and ravages attacking in. Corrosive Bowels are dropping all over the place. A couple of sentries pressing forwards as well. More of these zealots dropping down. Another couple of Corrosive Bowels, and sentries will still drop. Ravages and the roaches do end up getting pushed away. And Zest very comfortably here pushes this back, using the Warp Prism to juggle some units forwards. Immortals and Archons pressing straight up into this high ground now. Also going to be seeing Queens taking some damage to the roaches as well. Just going to be seeing this army here from Zest still pressing forwards at the moment. Plus one missile attack coming in. A few more units here from Zest as well going to be warping in. Getting ready to press forwards too. There we go, this army of Zest. A few units pressing forwards at the moment. soO runs Ravages back over to the side. And there we do have the army of Zest pulling back down to the bottom right. A few more lings on the way up, and you've seen that Sky Storm +2 attack. All of this on the way in as well at the moment. High Templar still just setting up here, and there is going to be a Thorn Cannon dropping extra defenses on the third base. I mean, soO is still only on 52 drones. I mean, it just feels like time after time there's just going to be more Mortals, more Archons, Storms on the way, right? +2 attacks on the way. As time passes by, things get better for Zest here, and soO is more and more desperate to end the game, and it becomes more difficult for him to end the game. And so here we go, a few more Ravagers morphing in. Trying to go up that ramp, but he just sees the army there. I mean, I definitely think this is the better position, because it forces Zest down the ramp. And you can press some pressure onto the natural, but now you can't even get down here, because Zest is well positioned again. You'll see this army going to pick their way through the rocks. This army pressing in, a couple of Zealots running through. Corrosive Biles actually connecting a couple of High Templar. That's pretty nice, but it kind of feels like Zest has the numbers at the moment to kind of just hold this on. I mean, I'll hold on to this. Roaches and Ravagers with the Queen supporting. The Immortals are just going to chunk their way through them. There's so many Immortals. And Templars don't have any Storms left, although there we go. A couple of them just getting the energy back to Storm again. Even just feedbacks on some of those Queens could be pretty awesome. As you can see, Zest, he feels confident to push forwards here. Some of the Queens getting caught up on each other. I mean, a good Storm on top of them. A couple of Storms on top of some of the Ravagers there. Immortals dealing some damage to the Roach line as well. Pushing through this. Those Zealots going to be pushing this army away. And again, just going to be seeing a couple more Corrosive Bowels dropping down. Another Storm on the Roach Ravager. That's going to be GG. And Zest is going to take this 3-2. He will advance through to the Grand Finals to play against soO in this best of